Hey everyone, this is Noah from Sports Day Tribune, bringing you the latest scoop on Caitlin Clark's wild adventure at an animal shelter. But before we dive in, I just want to give a massive shout out to all of you who've helped us hit 1,000 subscribers. You guys rock, and if we can push it to 2,000, I promise we'll keep serving up even more of the content you love. So if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and let's make it happen. All right, let's talk about Caitlin Clark, shall we? Now, we all know she's a beast on the basketball court, but who knew she'd be taking on actual beasts off the court too? I'm talking about her recent visit to an animal shelter with her Indiana Fever teammates, Aaliyah Boston and Erica Wheeler. And let me tell you, it was absolute mayhem. Picture this: 3 professional basketball players, used to facing off against the toughest opponents in the WNBA, suddenly finding themselves in a standoff with baby goats. Yeah, you heard that right. Baby goats. Now, you might think, "Aw, how cute." But let me tell you, these tiny devils were out for blood. Or milk, to be precise.
Oh, yeah, but the goats, little goatie. All right, I'll do it. Hey, back up. Hey, don't jump on me.
All right, relax. Everybody don't fight over me. Don't fight over me, okay?
Wait, I don't remember who I fed. What if I'm double eating?
I'm just like, look at me. I'm going crazy out here.
Got the food. Got the food. Yeah.
Throw that bottle up, babe.
Oh, Benito, don't yell at me either. I don't have any more.
Kelsey, get in here. You know, me and animals, we kind of we got to understand it. I'm sad that way, it's out of mine.
The video of their visit is pure chaos. You've got Clark, Boston, and Wheeler, these tall, athletic women trying to feed these pint-sized creatures, and it's like watching a slapstick comedy unfold. These goats were not messing around. They were hungry, and they were determined to get their milk, no matter what. Now, let's talk about Clark for a second. This woman, who's been dubbed the next GOAT of women's basketball, nearly got taken out by an actual goat. I'm not kidding. There's a moment in the video where one of these little fur balls lunges for her knee, and I swear, it was a hair's breadth away from sinking its teeth into her leg. Talk about a close call. Can you imagine the headlines if that had happened? WNBA star sidelined by baby goat attack. It would have been the sports story of the century. But thankfully, Clark's quick reflexes saved her from becoming goat food. But here's the thing that really gets me about this whole situation. Clark, Boston, and Wheeler, they're not just any players. These are some of the top talents in the WNBA. You've got Clark, the rookie sensation who's been breaking records left and right. Then there's Boston, the former #1 draft pick who's been dominating since she stepped foot on the court. And Wheeler, the veteran point guard who's been killing it for years. And here they are, squealing and laughing like kids as they try to feed these overzealous baby goats. It's moments like these that really humanize these athletes, We're so used to seeing them in their element on the court, all serious and focused. But this is pure, unadulterated joy and chaos. You can see it in their faces. One second they're cooing over how cute the goats are, and the next they're jumping back in shock as the little monsters lunge for the milk bottles. It's like watching a real-time reaction video, and it's hilarious. But let's take a moment to appreciate the bravery of these women. I mean, they're used to facing off against other players, not wild animals. Okay, maybe wild is a bit of an exaggeration for baby goats, but have you seen how aggressive those little things can be? They're like furry missiles with horns. And Clark, man, she just rolls with it. You can see her laughing even as she's dodging goat attacks. That's the kind of cool under pressure you want in a player. If she can handle a horde of hungry goats, imagine what she can do under pressure on the court. This whole situation reminds me of that old saying, never meet your heroes. Except in this case, it's more like, never feed your namesake. Clark's been called the GOAT so many times, and here she is, nearly getting taken out by actual goats. The irony is just too good. But jokes aside, this visit to the animal shelter shows a different side of these athletes. It's easy to forget sometimes that these incredible players we watch on TV are also just regular people who enjoy doing fun, silly things like feeding baby animals. And let's be real, Who wouldn't want to spend their day off playing with cute baby goats? Even if those goats are trying to eat your clothes, your hair, and possibly your fingers. It's all part of the experience, right? What I love about this whole thing is how it showcases the camaraderie between Clark, Boston, and Wheeler. You can tell they're having a blast together, even in the midst of all the chaos. It's that kind of team spirit and friendship that translates to success on the court. Speaking of Boston, she's been giving fans a behind-the-scenes look at the team's shenanigans on social media. And let me tell you, if this goat-feeding frenzy is any indication, the Indiana Fever locker room must be a riot. I can just imagine the pranks and jokes flying around during practice. But don't let all this fun fool you. These women are serious about their game. They're out here balancing the demands of professional basketball with these lighthearted moments, and that's what makes them so relatable and inspiring. You know, it's easy to put athletes on a pedestal, to see them as these larger-than-life figures who are all about the game, all the time. But moments like these remind us that they're human too. They laugh, they get scared, they have fun, just like the rest of us. Maybe not all of us have fought off baby goats, but you get what I mean. And let's be honest, who among us wouldn't be a little freaked out if a bunch of baby goats started aggressively coming at us for food? I don't care how tough you are. That's a startling situation for anyone. But Clark, Boston, and Wheeler, they handled it like champs. Sure, there was screaming and laughing and probably a few moments of panic, but they stuck it out. They fed those goats, they had a great time, and they gave us all a good laugh in the process. This is the kind of content I live for, you know? It's not just about the scores and the stats and the game analysis. It's about these little moments that show us who these players really are off the court. It's about seeing Caitlin Clark, this phenomenal athlete who's been breaking records left and right, nearly get bested by a baby goat. It's about watching Aliyah Boston, the powerhouse in the paint, giggling as she tries to fend off tiny, determined animals. It's about seeing Erica Wheeler, the veteran leader, in a situation where all her years of basketball experience mean absolutely nothing. These are the stories that make sports so much more than just a game. It's about the people, the personalities, the unexpected moments of joy and hilarity. And let me tell you, this GOAT incident, it's instant classic material. I can just imagine the locker room banter after this. You know someone's going to be making goat noises every time Clark walks by. There's probably already a nickname in the works. Goat Girl? The Goat Whisperer? The possibilities are endless. But jokes aside, let's take a moment to appreciate what these players are doing. They're not just showing up for photo ops or doing the bare minimum for community engagement. They're out here, getting their hands dirty, literally in this case, and really connecting with their community. It's easy to forget sometimes that these professional athletes are also role models, especially for young fans. And what better way to inspire the next generation than by showing them that it's okay to be silly, to laugh at yourself, to try new things even if they're a little scary. I mean, think about it. Some kid out there watching this video might think, hey, if Caitlin Clark can face down a horde of hungry goats, maybe I can try out for the basketball team. It's about breaking down those barriers, showing that these superstar athletes are real people too. And let's not forget the real stars of this show, the GOATs themselves. These little guys are out here living their best lives, completely oblivious to the fact that they're snacking with some of the best basketball players in the world. To them, Clark, Boston, and Wheeler are just 3 more humans with milk bottles. Talk about keeping it real. You know, there's something beautifully equalizing about animals. They don't care if you're a WNBA star or an average Joe. If you've got food, they're interested. If you don't, well, they might just try to eat your clothes instead. It's a humbling experience, I'm sure. I've got to give props to the animal shelter too. Whoever came up with the idea to invite WNBA players to feed baby goats is a genius. It's a win-win situation. The players get a fun, memorable experience, the shelter gets some great publicity, and we all get to enjoy the hilarious results. As we wrap this up, I can't help but think about what's next for Clark and her teammates. After facing down these ferocious baby goats, the rest of the WNBA must seem like a piece of cake, right? I mean, if you can dodge a goat, you can dodge a ball, or something like that. In all seriousness, though, it's moments like these that make sports so much more than just games and scores. It's about the people, the personalities, the unexpected adventures. And if this goat incident is anything to go by, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are in for one hell of a ride this season. So here's to Caitlin Clark, Aliyah Boston, and Erica Wheeler, basketball stars, community leaders, and now, certified goat wranglers. May your jumpers be as smooth as your goat feeding skills, and may all your future animal encounters be slightly less chaotic. And to all you viewers out there, remember, whether you're facing down opponents on the court or baby goats at an animal shelter, life's all about facing those challenges head on and having a good laugh along the way. Until next time, this is Noah, signing off.